First up is the media's reaction to Donald Trump's new press secretary, Karoline Leavitt. The left pretends to be a champion of women until they find one who is a conservative. Once that happens, they love nothing more than tearing down women with the most petty and vacuous of insults.
And you would think, ABC, having just paid $15 million for a defamation lawsuit, would think not to engage in conspiracy theories about assassination attempts, but I guess that's too much to ask from The View. I mean, I gotta ask you, because they said it, are you aware of any plots from Elon Musk to push President Trump down the stairs?
Absolutely not. Let me be unequivocally clear about that.
What would happen if Karoline Leavitt decided to sue The View once more? Financial chaos, apparently. This time, the case is so large that it might require its own zip code. Will the talk show survive the legal storm, or will Joy Behar sell crafts on Etsy to cover her legal expenses? Keep an eye out, because this drama is just getting started.
It appears to be a fierce operator, but she's also 27 and arguably quite glamorous. So of course, the kind and progressive voices at The View reacted to her appointment like this.
I think she's probably been put in there because according to Donald Trump, she's a 10. You know that's what it is. I want to be...
In addition to mocking liberal media, Karoline Leavitt is bringing them to court. Again, she is pursuing The View one more, and this time the lawsuit is a monster. Maybe the producers should rethink their business plan before they have more subpoenas than viewers.
And watching this clip, I couldn't help but think how ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists. But they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years. They likened President Trump to Hitler. They have mocked him. They have shamed him. They have lied about him consistently on their show. And it was a joy to watch them on November the 6th when they realized that tens of millions of Americans do not listen to the lies that they have spewed. These women are completely out of touch with reality. And you're right, ABC should wake up. They just paid $15 million to President Trump's future library. That's a great thing for the American people.
For Karoline, dragging liberal media into court is more than just a hobby. It's practically her signature. While most people are just whining about their TVs, she is bringing cases as if she were accumulating frequent flyer miles. And this time, she's not holding back.
And the abuse continued.
I would like this young lady this is her first job, I would like her to do a little homework. Because she said something yesterday that really pissed me off. And that was, she said there will be no wokeness here. Oh yeah. Let me explain something to you. Because without that wokeness, you might not have that job. Yeah. Because women were not invited to that table. Women were not invited to many tables in this nation. The reason we fought and busted our behinds to make sure that you didn't have to worry about this. And now to hear you talk about it and to hear anybody talk about the wokeness was put in place for a reason.
What set her off this time? According to insiders in yet another segment, The View used her like a political punching bag. Instead of screaming on Twitter, however, Karoline filed a lawsuit. Additionally, this is not just a joke. It is a legal haymaker with a possible payment that may make ABC accountants sweat.
You'll deal with these kind of crazy questions from the White House podium. How do you plan to deal with it?
Yes, I absolutely will. I feel prepared to do that. I've been facing the media now, speaking on behalf of President Trump on the campaign trail for the past couple of years, and we are expecting the media to be hostile. However, Kaylee, if you do talk to a lot of these reporters off the record, they will tell you they look forward to more press transparency and access. And while we will expose the fake news when they are fake, we will hold them accountable for their lies and smears of President Trump. I can also assure the American people that they are going to be hearing directly from the leader of the free.
This matter involves more than just hurt feelings. Karoline's legal team claims that it is a deliberate smear campaign that is disguising itself as harmless banter, defamation, and reputational harm. Karoline is bringing receipts because she thinks that if The View thought they were just kidding, it would constitute character assassination.
Many of you in the media
clearly missed the art of the deal. You clearly failed to see what President Trump is doing here. You tried to say that the rest of the world would be moved closer to China when in fact we've seen the opposite effect. The entire world is calling the United States of America, not China, because they need our markets, they need our consumers, and they need this president in the Oval Office to talk to them. And that's exactly why more than 75 countries have called, because the United States of America is the best place in the world to do business. And as the president has shown great courage, as the secretary has said, in choosing to retaliate against China, even.
There is mayhem backstage. The team is exercising extraordinary caution, budgets are being reduced, and settlement murmurs are spreading. In the meantime, Karoline is doing fine. Her social media is erupting with support, and every new court filing is a news bonanza.
First of all, the Democrat Party has gone woke, and now they have gone broke. They have their lowest approval ratings ever, and they are rallying around two of the most far-left leaders in their party, AOC and Jasmine Crockett. So that tells you the current state of the Democrat.
And The View isn't the only one under siege. Reports state that advertisers are growing wary in order to avoid being associated with a potential defamation action. As they watch Karoline fight a media giant with a legal pad and a lot of patience, her fans are excited with expectation.
You're walking into a hostile territory, right?
Certainly do. And look, I think I'm well prepared for that. And I'm incredibly honored that President Trump has instilled confidence in me to speak on his behalf behind the White House podium. It's been an honor to have a front row seat to the greatest political comeback in history. And as you mentioned in your monologue, Sean, President Trump is putting together a brilliant cabinet of fantastic America First fighters, from Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, who are going to cut the waste out of our federal bureaucracy, to Susie Wiles, who is going to serve as the first female chief of staff in history. Take that. Mark Cuban, to Tom Homan. No one better to secure the border.
Hosts are not the only people Karoline is aiming for. Rumor has it that her crew is searching through earlier episodes for additional evidence. The View may have to cope with several lawsuits, each more expensive than the last if they find anything.
I think it's insulting that you are trying to test my knowledge of economics and the decisions that this president has made. I'm now regret giving a question to the Associated Press. You're asking me for what the president's justification is for these tariffs. It's not up to you. You're not the president, Gabe.
To hire a spokesperson just so that Elon Musk doesn't put out tweets that then confuse federal workers.
Are my press briefings not good enough?
Because Karoline's legal team treats The View like a political fad, her social media presence is booming. Every court appearance is an opportunity to build her brand, and her fan base is backing her as if she were their legal avenger.
If you heard that type of violent, enticing rhetoric from our side of the aisle, from Republican leaders on Capitol Hill, I think there would be a lot more outrage in this room today. It's unacceptable, the comments that have been made by these Democrat leaders, and frankly, they don't even know what they're talking about. Because President Trump was elected with a mandate from the American people to make this government more efficient. He campaigned across this country with Elon Musk, vowing that Elon was going to head up the Department of Government Efficiency, and the two of them, with a great team around them, were going to look at the—
As The View fights to survive, Karoline is gaining more supporters, endorsements, and media attention. Regardless of how the legal struggle turns out, she is already winning the narrative. And if The View can't survive the legal heat, it might wind up in the daytime television graveyard, next to reruns of Maury and Montel.